सीम्स एनालिसिस आज का सबसे पहला टॉपिक है। इंडिया गेट्स 6 मंथ वेवर फॉर ईरान पोर्ट। अगर हम की पॉइंट्स एंड स्ट्रेटेजिक सिग्निफिकेंस की बात करें, सो इफ़ वी टॉक कंटेक्चुअली, तो इंडिया हैज़ सिक्योर्ड अ 6 मंथ वेवर फ्रॉम द यूनाइटेड स्टेट्स सैंक्शंस ऑन ईरान शाबार पोर्ट ऑपरेशंस। सो बेसिकली जो वेवर है ओरिजिनली दैट वाज ग्रांटेड इन 2018, that was briefly revoked before being reinstated. Now, if we talk about India-Iran cooperation, India is developing the Shahid Beheshti terminal at the Chabahar port under a long-term agreement, that is 10-year contract signed in May 2024. This project is critical to India's regional connectivity strategy. Strategic importance क्या है with respect to connectivity? This provides India with sea-land routes to Afghanistan and Central Asia bypassing Pakistan. Crucial link for the proposed international North-South Transport Corridor, that is the INSTC, connecting India with Russia and Eurasia, acts as a counterbalance to China's development of the Gwadar port in Pakistan. इकोनॉमिक एंड ह्यूमैनिटेरियन रोल की अगर बात की जाए तो बेसिकली ये फैसिलिटेट करता है ट्रेड विद अफगानिस्तान, प्रोवाइड्स एसेंशियल आइटम्स लाइक फूड, ग्रेन्स एंड मेडिकल प्रोडक्ट्स. Also, this is used for delivering humanitarian aid to Afghanistan. Now, if we talk about the geopolitical dynamics, the waiver highlights the diplomatic negotiations between India and US, where India argues for the port's necessity for regional stability and humanitarian efforts. So, India navigates its relation with Iran, a crucial energy supplier and strategic partner, while managing pressure from US such as the unilateral sanctions, Iran Freedom and Counter Proliferation Act, that is the IFCA. Now, if we talk about the potential question from this topic, तो ऐसा question आ सकता है. Discuss the strategic significance of Chabahar port for India's regional interest. Analyze the impact of US sanctions and waivers on India-Iran relations. Next topic है आपका Trump cuts tariff on China after meeting Xi. So President Donald Trump described his face-to-face with the Chinese leader Xi Jinping on Thursday as a roaring success, saying he would cut tariffs on China while Beijing had agreed to allow the export of rare earth elements and start buying US soybeans. So Mr. Trump said that the US would lower tariffs implemented as punishment on China for its selling of chemicals used to make fentanyl from 20% to 10%. That brings the total combined tariff rate down from 57 to 47%. So Treasury Secretary Scott Bessent said China agreed to purchase 25 million tons of US soybeans annually for the next 3 years. नेक्स्ट टॉपिक है आपका टेक ड्रिवन एफर्ट्स reduce the cyclone impact. Loss at rupees 5,265 crore, says Naidu. So contextually, this is about the disaster management, where the use of technology in mitigation has helped reduce the cyclone impact. ये रिपोर्ट जो है बेसिकली हाईलाइट करती है अबाउट हाउ द टेक्नोलॉजी ड्रिवन एफर्ट्स हैव सिग्निफिकेंटली रिड्यूस द इम्पैक्ट एंड द फाइनेंशियल लॉसेस, जो कि एस्टिमेट किया गया, अभी करंट जो एस्टिमेट किया गया, दैट इज़ ₹5,265 crore ऑफ द साइक्लोन मोंता इन आंध्र प्रदेश. सो दिस इज़ अ क्रिटिकल केस स्टडी फॉर डिजास्टर प्रिपेयर्डनेस एंड रिस्पॉन्स. की टेक्निकल कंपोनेंट्स की क्या बात की गई है? सबसे पहले सैटेलाइट इमेजरी एंड रिमोट डेटा का इस्तेमाल किया गया था, वेयर इट वाज यूज्ड फॉर रियल टाइम गवर्नेंस एंड मॉनिटरिंग द साइक्लॉन्स ट्रैजेक्टरी, इंटेंसिटी एंड मूवमेंट. एडवांस टेक्नोलॉजी की अगर बात की जाए तो दिस was employed by various government departments for coordination and effective action. Real time data software की अगर बात की जाए, so mention of a system like a real time governance security to collect and analyze real time data on rainfall intensity, wind speeds and potential flood zones to issue timely warnings. Impact and outcome इसका क्या पड़ा है? Minimize damage. Proactive use of technology has facilitated planning and preventive action, which has helped in minimizing the loss of life and property. उसके अलावा there was also effective coordination, जिसने enable किया departments to work in close coordination, helping to restore normalcy quickly. Financial mitigation की अगर बात की जाए, so the estimated damage loss reduction of rupees 5,265 crore underscores the economic benefits of preparedness. Now, with respect to UPSC अगर हम बात करें तो this can be an example as a case study or best practice question for effective model for proactive management using disaster management using technology. उसके अलावा this also showcases the role of real time data and technology in enhancing the government efficiency and responsiveness towards such disasters. So this is important with respect to यूपीएससी कि ये जो टेक्नोलॉजीज़ का इस्तेमाल किया गया है, हाउ दे हैव बीन हेल्पफुल. नेक्स्ट टॉपिक है आपका ए इज़ री राइटिंग ऑफ द रूल्स ऑफ एजुकेशन. अगर हम इसके बेसिक कंटेक्स्ट के बारे में बात करें तो इंडिया इज़ प्रिपेयरिंग टू इंटीग्रेट आर्टिफिशियल इंटेलिजेंस इनटू एजुकेशन, शिफ्टिंग फ्रॉम ट्रेडिशनल टीचिंग टू अ टेक ड्रिवन इकोसिस्टम थ्रू इनिशिएटिव्स लाइक द नेशनल एजुकेशन पॉलिसी 2020. की ट्रांसफॉर्मेशंस एंड बेनिफिट की अगर हम बात की जाए तो पर्सनलाइज लर्निंग, AI tailors education based on individual student pace and needs, offering adaptive learning, that is teaching algorithms, personalized feedback, etc. Now this is also empowering the teacher. AI tools free up the teachers from the administrative tasks, allowing them to focus on mentoring, curriculum development, and social emotional learning. Then inclusion and accessibility. AI-powered tools can support students with special needs and break language barriers, making education more accessible. So if we talk about the future focus, AI integration prepares students for the future workforce by fostering critical thinking and creativity. What are the challenges ahead? The risk of creating a digital divide, teacher reluctance or training needs, and the need for ethical AI deployment are the current challenges. Next आता है language belongs to a different dream. Now, contextually, if we talk about this topic, this section contrasts the capabilities of artificial intelligence in language processing with the deeper human aspects of language, culture, and emotion. AI's language capabilities की यहाँ पे बात की गई है, where AI excels at technical translations, that is from one language to another in seconds, acting as a superior dictionary and translator. It can process complex grammatical structures and perform semantic analysis. Now, if we talk about the limitations of AI in language, AI currently lacks the ability to understand the nonsenses, context, humor, irony, affection, or culture inherent in human language. So it cannot replicate the emotional connect, empathy, and sense of belonging that human language facilitates. Language is tied to community life and the collective human spirit. So while machines can learn the rules, they struggle with the fluidity and living, breathing nature of a language that evolves constantly. This underscores the irreplicable role of interaction in true linguistic mastery. Next topic है out of the fortress tiger conservation policy rightly sees people as stakeholders. So basically ये जो article है this advocates for new approach to tiger conservation viewing the local and forest dependent communities as stakeholders, not the trespassers. The new Tribal Affairs Ministry policy framework aims to redefine the conservation as a social contract and highlights the need to settle people's right under the Forest Right Act 2006 before relocation. So, this strategy opposes the traditional fortress conservation model. Now, please do study about the fortress conservation model. Which led to legal battles and eviction concerns. The piece emphasizes treating humans and tigers as mutually coexisting entities. It notes that while the FRA exists, its implementation remains weak, often favoring forest departments over the community rights, perpetuating an insensitive and exclusive conservation model. So, true sustainability requires recognizing and securing the rights of the people who live in or near the forest. So now this is important with respect to forest conservation and also this जो फोर्ट्रेस कंजर्वेशन मॉडल है उसके बारे में स्टडी कर लीजिए क्योंकि प्रीलिम बेस्ड क्वेश्चन आ सकता है, प्री बेस्ड क्वेश्चन इसमें आ सकते हैं. सो डू स्टडी अबाउट इट. नेक्स्ट टॉपिक है व्हाट विल पावर AI डेटा सेंटर्स. सो यहाँ पर बेसिकली बात की गई है अबाउट द ग्रोइंग डिमांड of India's energy consumption, particularly electricity that is driven heavily by the data centers due to rise of cloud computing, AI and 5G. Data storage demand is projected to increase fivefold in the next 4 years, that is 2025 to 2029. Now, if we talk about the massive power requirement, a single large data center requires power comparable to a small city, necessitating round the clock reliable clean energy. The sector's massive continuous energy demands make it a growing source of carbon emissions, pressuring companies to seek low carbon energy sources. Now, if we talk about the role and advantages of small modular reactors, तो SMR की डेफिनेशन की अगर हम बात करें तो SMRs आर एडवांस न्यूक्लियर रिएक्टर्स और इनकी जो कैपेसिटी होती है दैट इज़ अराउंड 300 मेगावाट MWE per unit. Basically this is much more smaller than traditional reactors. So they are factory built and transported offering the flexible deployment. So why SMRs are for data centers? They are reliable 24 घंटे 24/7 इनकी पावर सप्लाई रहती है. सो बेसिकली इस केस में क्या होता है कि न्यूक्लियर एनर्जी जो होती है वो प्रोवाइड करती है बेस लोड पावर दैट इज़ द हाई कैपेसिटी फैक्टर जो कि क्रूशियल है फॉर कंटिन्यूस डेटा सेंटर ऑपरेशन. ऑल्सो लो कार्बन सोर्स जो नेट ज़ीरो कार्बन सोल्यूशन है उसके लिए काफ़ी हेल्पफुल है ये. एंड इनहांस सेफ्टी ऑल्सो SMRs typically feature passive safety systems and an underground design, increasing the resilience against natural disasters and security threats. Also, reduced land use, smaller design requires less land and minimized water consumption as compared to large nuclear plants. So, if we talk about the government initiatives in India's 2023 budget included a push to promote SMRs, recognizing them as an emerging technology to meet country's clean energy and security needs. Now, what are the challenges and concerns? सबसे पहला regulatory hurdles हैं कि currently इंडिया में काफ़ी ज़्यादा जो framework है इंडिया का that is designed for large scale reactors. So there is a need for significant adaptation for unique aspects of SMRs. Global harmonization भी एक challenge है, concern है. International cooperation and harmonization of licensing requirements are necessary to facilitate the deployment. उसके अलावा वेस्ट मैनेजमेंट. नाउ इन न्यूक्लियर एनर्जी जनरेशन में सबसे बड़ी प्रॉब्लम जो आती है वो आपका वेस्ट डिस्पोजल को लेकर और प्रोलिफरेशन को लेकर आती है. सो दीज आर द बेसिक कंसर्न्स एंड चैलेंजेस ऑफ दिस. नेक्स्ट टॉपिक है आपका ट्रम्प जी बॉनहोमी एंड रेफरेंस टू G2 में इम्पैक्ट इंडिया एंड क्वाड. ये आर्टिकल बेसिकली डिस्कस करता है प्रीवियस समिट बिटवीन US प्रेसिडेंट दैट इज़ डोनाल्ड ट्रम्प एंड द चाइनीज़ प्रेसिडेंट जी जिनपिंग एंड इट्स पोटेंशियल नेगेटिव इम्प्लीकेशंस फॉर इंडिया. सो की कंसर्न्स फॉर इंडिया क्या है? US टैरिफ रिडक्शन. US ने डिसीजन लिया यूनिलैटरली टू रिड्यूस द टैरिफ्स ऑन चाइना बाय 50% ऑन द गुड्स विद द हाइएस्ट टैरिफ. So this may negatively impact India's market access and competitiveness. So the G2 concept की अगर हम बात करें, the term G2 referring to the US and China as the two biggest global powers suggests a world order dominated by these two nations effectively, excluding and diminishing the influence of India and other aspiring powers. Now, if we talk about the geopolitical impact जिसके बारे में यहाँ पर बात की गई, it is perceived Bonhomme threatens to undermine the multilateral groupings like the Quad and India's vision for shared rules-based world order, particularly in the Indo-Pacific region. What is India's response? India views the G2 idea as detrimental and seeks to uphold its own interest while navigating the complex US-China relationship. So this is the last topic of the day. Fully aware of the Great Nicobar project's impact, says the center. Basically, ये जो article है, this talks about the central government's response to NGT regarding the Great Nicobar Island Mega Infrastructure Project. The center affirmed it is fully aware of the project's likely impact on the biodiversity and is committed to mitigation measures. It argued that the core issue is not conservation but the government's duty to run for the next 3 decades, calling it the project of a national asset. Key points that are being made by the center: the project will cover about 18% of the Great Nicobar, leaving about 2/3 of its land mass as the forest. So it involves the felling of 51 active nests of the Nicobarese megaport and proposes to plan to ensure the survival of the remaining nest. So the plans are underway to translocate 10,000 of the 20,668 coral colonies that are under the threat. The center has mandated detailed studies and monitoring to protect the biodiversity, ensuring no tribal persons will be displaced and respecting existing laws. So that's all for the day. Here I end my analysis. Thank you and have a nice day. I request you to like, subscribe and share my channel.